We will not get people to wake up if we don't make them sit through some uncomfortable conversations, talk about things they don't want to talk about, right? Women, you have to be able to talk with your husbands about what's going on with your body. I have a friend that almost got a divorce. He was married for 22 years. He said to me one day, he said, I don't know what's wrong with my wife. I think I'm going to get a divorce. I said, what do you mean what's wrong with your wife? Why is it her fault? He said, every time I go to try to touch her and I want to get intimate, she pulls away. I think she's cheating. She no longer wants me anymore. We have no sex life anymore. And I said, let me tell you something. Go talk to her about what's going on down there. Go talk to her about the fact that she might be going through menopause. And he said, I can't talk to my wife about that. I said, this is your problem. You have to go talk to her about it. And he swore to me he couldn't. I can't do that. She's already not into me. If I try to make her feel like she's old, I can kiss her goodbye. I said, go talk to her. I'm requiring you to go talk to her.
I love that.
And you know what he found out? That every time he went to touch her, it's not that she didn't want him. She thought that every touch or every moment that she felt like he was trying to be intimate, it was going to lead to sex. And sex had become so painful. She didn't want to have sex. So she was just trying to avoid it at all cost. But it had nothing to do with her desire to be with him, or she was still in love with him. And they almost got a divorce. He almost filed for a divorce because he was sure she was no longer interested and she was probably having an affair.
Oh my gosh.
And
Was he
just
so
one
grateful?
conversation.
Were they so grateful to you for that?
I
Because
think
pushing that wouldn't have happened.
No, it wouldn't have happened. And he would have been a part of that statistic. You know, you're married for 20, 25 years, and then you just think you've lost the spark of your relationship because you're not communicating about the things that really matter at that time of life. You're too afraid. It's too stigmatized. And so you just stay quiet and you divorce. And now they're thriving.
Oh, I love hearing that. You notice, though, how these all kind of fall into these patterns, because the minute you said that, I was like, I bet that she's scared it's going to lead to sex. Like that's what I was thinking, because I understand it. I went through it. I got remarried at 50 years old. And so in those are real things that you don't even know how to talk about, right?
No, you don't.
Even if you think you do know how to talk about them.
Right. But something I learned, you have it in your book too, is that why does that time of life, like when you're at this stage and you're going through menopause, it gets better. And why? Because like you said, it's true for me too. You take your time now.
Yeah.
You have to take your time now. So it's no longer in our youth, it could sometimes be like a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Totally.
Now it can't be no wham, bam,
There's no
thank you,
wham, bam.
nothing. You have to take time, and it becomes an experience now that I so look forward to, because you just have to take your time. We can get to where we need to get. And when we get there, it's like a whole new experience. Yeah. And so I want women to know it does get better. Once you know what to do, you know better, you do better, it does get better.
I love that. I want them to hear that from you, because I think that it's sometimes hard to convey that when you're going through the painful sex and feeling low libido, feeling not confident of yourself. All those things just kind of pile on, and then you don't know where to begin unraveling it all. Yes. But it does get better. And I think there's a couple of things that, women should know. They have to get to know themselves too. Yes. And I think we haven't spent a lot of time doing that.
Yes.
I mean, or even being taught how to do that.
And get comfortable with ourselves too, and our changing bodies. Realizing we're not going to be forever 35, and who wants to be? Yeah. But find the beauty in this stage and have self-acceptance, have self-love. We can't expect someone else to accept us and love us if we can't do that for ourselves.